If you watch popular media, you will see a very specific, recurring mechanism for female intimacy. The portrayal suggests that female sexuality operates like a single, localized switch, ready to be flipped on demand. That model trains women to become passive inhabitants of their own bodies. It creates an expectation that you simply wait for a partner to figure out the right sequence, which reliably leads to frustration when that approach fails. The biological reality requires a different framework entirely. The female orgasm relies on a complex, deeply individualized biological symphony that coordinates hormones, neurobiology, and a vast map of erogenous zones. This complexity creates a practical hurdle during intimacy. You cannot effectively guide a partner or communicate what feels good if you do not understand the specific terrain of your own body first. Transitioning from a passive passenger to a director of your pleasure begins by discarding the switch myth and choosing to actively map your unique physical topography. The brain serves as the ultimate gatekeeper for the rest of the body. It holds the power to green-light physical arousal or halt it entirely. Mental blocks like daily stress, physical fatigue, or unresolved conflict signal the brain to deny permission. When this happens, the body's physical map remains dormant, regardless of the physical touch being applied. To bypass these mental blocks, we align intimacy with the body's natural biological clock and hormonal timeline. Look at this 28-day timeline showing the typical menstrual cycle. Notice the highlighted ovulation window, which occurs between days 11 and 15. During these specific days, the body undergoes a distinct physiological shift. This window naturally floods the pelvic organs with increased blood flow. The added circulation inherently makes the surrounding erogenous zones highly responsive and sensitive to touch. Timing intimacy with this specific biological window acts as a natural override to the brain's gatekeeper, maximizing the body's baseline readiness for pleasure. Moving down from the command center of the brain, we reach the skin. The body's surface operates as a highly sophisticated, layered communication hub. It houses 3 distinct types of neural receptors: pressure receptors for deep contact, vibration receptors attuned to rhythmic movement, and specialized erogenous receptors. Those erogenous receptors remain inactive until the mind signals psychological readiness. Once that signal is given, they respond specifically to light stroking and gentle caressing. Male arousal is frequently localized to the genitals, but the female response usually requires engaging the extragenital zones first. These specific spots are completely unique to you. They are often established during puberty, where a positive emotional memory, like a first love touching your shoulder, creates a permanent neural pathway. Today, those specific zones serve as the body's true ignition system. If you fail to map and utilize your personalized extragenital zones, you guarantee a biological disconnect before intimate contact even begins. Once that extragenital ignition sequence produces physical lubrication, the highly concentrated cluster of points in the genital core finally comes online. The distances and placements of these core points vary drastically between individuals. Every woman possesses a topography uniquely her own. This abstract cross-section of the pelvic floor maps those primary surface coordinates. First, we identify the clitoris, the powerhouse of nerve endings, and point U, located just near the urethral opening. Panning inward along the front or anterior wall of the vagina reveals the G-spot. This area is highly sensitive because it is exactly where the internal structures of the clitoris hug the vaginal canal. Exploring the deeper topography, point K sits on the posterior wall, closer to the rectum. Further back, deep within the vaginal vault near the cervix, is point A, an area capable of producing profound, wave-like releases. Knowing the exact spatial coordinates of these internal points replaces generalized, frustrating guesswork with a precise, targeted release. Turning this anatomical knowledge into a functional skill requires treating sexual desire as a muscle that must be conditioned through physical priming. You have to remove physical armoring and tension from the body. Engaging in circulation-boosting activities like yoga, dancing, or dry brushing improves blood flow and transforms the skin into a more receptive instrument. To begin mapping your own terrain, practice a solo head-to-toe sensory scan. In a relaxed environment, Slowly trace your hands over your skin to identify the exact spots where your body naturally hums or vibrates in response to touch. Next, conduct a visual audit in private. Take a mirror and study the physical distances and unique topography of your own genital layout to understand your specific anatomy. By charting your specific biological map, you shed the anxiety of passive performance and claim your permanent role as the director of your own pleasure.